I asked Chat GPT to write our integrated marketing and communication plan. And I used the example of the San Antonio Food Bank, and I copied and pasted our assignment into Chat GPT. So this is the assignment, and then this is what it generated. Not bad. It's not bad. It's a way to test ideas. This is the way that you can take your plan and help to generate more ideas. Now, since one of the very first steps of your plan and creating your actual integrated marketing communication plan is to do research, I asked it to use that plan, and of course you would substitute your own plan in this case, to create ideas that would generate a survey or survey questions for the target audience of college students and the client of the San Antonio Food Bank. And this is what it did. Again, not bad. You'd want to edit these kinds of questions, and you want to push it further by saying something like, continue the above task with new unique questions not yet generated and designed to generate more awareness for volunteers. And once you get a nice long list of questions, focus on your specific objectives. For example, you would modify it for brevity, clarity, and the goal of either more volunteers or more donations or more awareness. I used the example of volunteers here, and I asked it to pick the best 10 questions from all of the lists above to focus on my goal. And it did a pretty good job of creating those survey questions so that you can spend more time in dialogue with your peers on creating more data that you can then use to create a better campaign. So here are the 10 best questions according to ChatGPT for the SA Food Bank if my goal was to increase volunteers. Of course, it's going to be different if your goals are different, but this is how you can use ChatGPT to have a quicker route to creating and generating and brainstorming ideas for your survey questions for your campaign. All right, so first step is to take the actual assignment, link, copy it, go to this tool that is called To the Web, and we're going to paste that in there. We're going to click Convert to Text, and here it is. So obviously we don't necessarily need a lot of these things, but starting right about, let's see, here, at the overview, we're going to start to copy the actual assignment, and notice that it has all the different parts that are important, but we have a good start here. We're going to copy that. We're going to go into Chat GPT, and we're going to say, all right, so I've asked it to pretend that it's a graduate student at a prestigious university, and I've asked it to write a presentation outline examining the movie The Matrix using the following criteria. I take my text, paste it, hit enter. Let's see how it does. So as you can see, Chat GPT is writing a paper kind of like you would write. So it's giving you examples of the kind of thinking you might want to do. Obviously, copying and pasting this would be plagiarism, and you don't want to do that because it could get you kicked out of the university. It isn't actually thinking and using your brain to solve the problem, and it's usually pretty obvious when Chat GPT is writing an answer right now. In the future, it may not be. So keep that in mind as you plan your professional lives. Really interesting answer here. A chatbot saying, from this experience, I have learned the importance of being aware of the potential consequences of technology and the importance of questioning the nature of reality. The role of emotions in this situation is a sense of fear and uncertainty, but also a sense of determination and hope. Coming from a machine, coming from an AI. All right, so we've copied and pasted our paper that we've written ourselves, not ChatGPT written, into our chat. Before this, we made sure that the machine, the Chat GPT machine, has the actual assignment that we've been assigned. It has all the criteria. We've asked it to generate an example for us. We've taken a look at that example for ideas. You've copied and pasted your paper into Chat GPT, and you're going to use a prompt something like this. Now, remember, the better your prompt, the better your outcomes. So if you know that you're a writer that struggles with XYZ, you say, look for improvements in XYZ. Look for feedback about XYZ. So you're going to say, you're a communication professor. Give detailed feedback and critique the above presentation outline about the matrix to provide specific feedback about how to improve writing, ideas, and arguments, and meet the assignment criteria discussed previously. If I didn't have surveillance and control in my paper, I can go back and think about the perspective of surveillance and control and how to incorporate those ideas in the paper. So you're going to say, using the above critique and feedback generated by the university professor, complete this assignment as a university graduate student. Copy pasted. Let's see how it does. It's generated this example. We're going to say, you are a professor, give feedback on the above presentation outline to exceed the assignment criteria and strengthen ideas and arguments. Here's where Chat GPT can be really useful. It's giving me ideas on how to improve my paper. So it's like going to a writing center and saying, hey, how can I get a better grade? Here's my paper. Can you help me think through these ideas? And getting their perspective the same way that you might at a writing center. Now, obviously, the AI is limited and it's going to misfire. It's going to tell you to go in directions you probably shouldn't go, but it can give you some new perspectives. We said, write a social media content strategy plan for the San Antonio Museum of Art. Of course, it did. It gave us some ideas here, things that we can do to improve our social media strategy. And we said, critique the weaknesses of the above plan. And it gave us some ideas for that too. And we said, put this plan into action with 20 social media reel scripts lasting under 1 minute, designed for Instagram. Obviously, it didn't create each reel, but it gave us some ideas for reels that we might want to do and put into action in the future. So in conclusion, Chat GPT is a wonderful tool for testing and improving and generating and brainstorming ideas. Obviously, you wouldn't want to copy and paste this and release it to the public or submit it, but it's good for reviewing the ideas you already have. It's good for generating new ideas, and it's good for critiquing your own work and thinking about how to push your thinking in different directions. I hope this has helped.